When it comes to smart lighting, then depending on where you live in the world, there can be very few options available for your home. There are smart bulbs, but they aren't cheap to buy, and you risk family members just turning off the switch and instantly killing your automations. If you have decorative switches in your home, then trying to find something even remotely similar that works in a smart home is pretty much impossible, and the same can be said if there's no neutral wire available as well. There's so many hurdles just to be able to automate your lighting, but what if there was another way that you could achieve this? Well, what we're looking at today is the Shelly 1L Gen 3, which is available to buy now, and it's a compact smart switch that lets you use your existing light switches. It's simple to install and can work completely locally, all without a neutral wire. In this video, I'm looking at how it's installed, what features it has, and ultimately seeing how well it performs. Hey everyone, my name's Simon and welcome to Bite of Geek, a channel that's all about home assistant and smart home technology. So a big thank you to Shelly for sending me out some of their products to test and review on the channel. As always, they've had no editorial input into this video and you'll get my honest thoughts and opinions about it. So on the box, you'll see this is a one-channel switch, so it's ideal for light switches inside a room, for example, rather than those that you might have for stairs and a landing. You'll notice it's got both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth logos here, but these are now Matter compatible following the latest firmware update. It supports all the major smart home ecosystems, including Home Assistant, and I'll talk more about this in a bit. Inside the box, we have the 1L switch, a bypass module, and an instruction sheet, which has all the wiring details that you'll need. However, the Shelly website is a great resource as well if you want further information for these. The 1L switch has a plastic casing with 5 screw-down terminals. It measures 4 centimeters wide, 4 centimeters high, and just over 1.5 centimeters deep. The bypass module is plastic as well, with a vented surface on one side and a couple of wires at the end, and we'll talk about this module in a moment. This is just over 2 centimeters wide, just under 4 centimeters long, and just under 1.5 centimeters deep. You need to use the bypass module if you're using the Shelly to control LED lights. If you're using an incandescent bulb, however, then it's not something that is required. Whilst these Shelly switches are designed to be placed in walls, you can also use them with something like a table lamp. However, you will need to ensure that they are inside the lamp or inside an external enclosure. Now, to make it easier for everyone to see how all of this is set up, I've gone and made something I've been wanting to do on the channel for a while, and that is my test board. Now, I'm not a qualified electrician, and what I've created here is for the purpose of demonstration only, and therefore I'm going to throw this warning and disclaimer on the screen. But seriously, turn off the power at the fuse board before doing anything like this. Electricity can kill, and if you're in any doubt about what you're doing here, then please consult a professional beforehand. So this board is fed power via a standard flex with a 3-amp fuse plug. On the board, I've got a 45mm pattress box and a surface mount light fitting, and obviously this is all unplugged at the moment. Inside the pattress box, there's plenty of room for the Shelly, and I would think that a 35mm deep one would be fine. Anything less than that, and I think you're going to struggle, and you'll really need to be careful how you put it all back together. You could also mount this at the light fitting in your ceiling void, provided it was properly enclosed. It's also worth mentioning that ideally you want a plastic box rather than a metal one, especially if you're using decorative metal switches, just so you don't impact the Wi-Fi signal. It will work, but if you're installing these around your house and your signal isn't great in some areas, then you might potentially have slower responses or intermittent issues. I've got this wired up with the light being an end of loop, so it might look a little simpler than what you might have in your home. But at the switch side of things, I've got the blue neutral wires going into a Wago because they're not used here, and the same applies for the earth wires with this being a plastic box. If you're using a metal one, then you need to attach those wires to it. Now, as for the brown live wires, normally when they come to the switch, they would go to COM and L1, COM being the main supply and L1 going to the light. What the Shelly is doing here is sitting in the middle of this and is now acting as the switch. So you need to wire those two wires to the Shelly. You then need to add two smaller wires, and I've used brown again, and they go from the Shelly to COM and L1 on the switch. Hopefully this wiring diagram explains this for you, but they are simple to wire up once you understand how the Shelly fits into your existing wiring setup. At the light fitting end, you've got the brown live wire going to the part of the wiring block marked with an L, along with one of the wires from the light fitting. And if you need to use the bypass, then you also need to add one of the wires from that as well. It doesn't matter which one you use, as long as you have one of them connected. The blue neutral goes into the part of the block marked with N, again with a wire from the light fitting and one from the bypass if you're using it. I've just attached the earth wire as well and then placed the bypass where there's space on the plate. Now the shroud for this fitting is 2.5 centimeters deep, and with the bypass in place, this is quite a tight fit. If you're able to, it might be worth opting for something a little deeper. Alternatively, you could put it into an appropriate enclosure and put it into the ceiling. However, you'll need to follow the guidelines on this to ensure it's done correctly. To get started with the switch then, well, you just need to install the Shelly app on your mobile to be able to onboard it, and the app should detect your Shelly switch automatically. Once you've entered your Wi-Fi details, given the switch a name, and then choose which room it's in and optionally change the picture and colour if you need to, it should then just be listed on your dashboard. Now, one of the big things about the Shelly switches is just how configurable they are, either via the app or the built-in web server. You have many different options to be able to control your Shelly switch, as you can see here in the app. You've got the standard Shelly cloud option. However, you also have full local control options as well, including options to have fallback Wi-Fi. And as part of a recent firmware update, you also have the option to use Matter. And of course, it will work with Home Assistant with the core integration or MQTT if you'd rather use that. If you're wanting truly local control, then these Shelly switches are the perfect choice for your smart home. And if you enjoy smart home content like this, then why not hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss my next video. Now, in the app, you can create timers and both simple and advanced schedules, build up your own scenes and automations with actions and conditions, very similar to Home Assistant. You can also create your own scripts as well using the library of predefined ones that are available, and these are all written in JavaScript, and you can do some very interesting things with this using the API that's provided. And whilst these options are available in the app, you certainly don't need to use them to get these working in your smart home. Shelly also does a two-way switch, which is perfect for controlling lights at stairs and the landing, and this is the Shelly 2L Gen 3. It's almost identical in design to the Shelly 1L Gen 3, except this has some extra terminals on it for the additional wiring. It is, however, identical in size, and of course it comes with the bypass module as well. Shelly does a whole range of these types of switches for your lighting, including ones where you have a neutral wire available, ones where you're installing a dimmer switch, and support for different protocols like Zigbee and Z-Wave. So now it's super easy to finally turn those dumb lights into smart lights. So now that I've got this all set up on my test board, let's just look at how well this works. I'm going to start off with the Shelly Cloud option enabled, and it's worth noting that if you use the cloud option and you're also on the same LAN as the Shelly switch, as I am here, then it will use local control first rather than going out to the cloud. And as you can see, the response is very quick, and both the app and switch continue to function as if they were one. Now, if I turn off my Wi-Fi on my phone, the app will now be going through the Shelly Cloud services, and again, it's got a very fast response time. If I now turn my Wi-Fi back on and leave the Shelly Cloud disabled, again, I'm just on local access, and this should just function as it did before. And there you go. Again, pretty much instant local control of my lighting. If you wanted to use MQTT, then you just need to enter your server address along with your credentials in the Shelly app, and you could use this for connecting to Home Assistant if you didn't want to use the native integration. I'm very impressed with how quick these are to respond, even when going via the Shelly cloud. If you're building automations for lighting, then it's really important to have a fast response time that works just as well as flicking a light switch. So if you wanted to use this in Home Assistant, well, the switch is automatically detected via the native Shelly integration. I just had to specify where it's located and then it was ready to go. The switch exposes the on-off control, some input sensors, information regarding firmware updates, and some diagnostic information such as Wi-Fi signal and switch temperature. And I suggest you enable those so that you can monitor the temperature of the switch, at least initially anyway, just to make sure there's nothing untoward happening. So I've got this switch now on one of my dashboards, and as you can see here, it's working great. I can turn the light on or off regardless of which way the switch is on the light itself, and therefore I can be confident that my automations are going to continue to work even when the switch on the light has been turned off. Having this level of local control is extremely important. Lighting is one of the last things you want to have stop working in your smart home, and using something that relies on cloud services such as AWS or Cloudflare, both of which went offline in 2025, causing mass disruption in smart homes, is just asking for trouble. If your home has decorative light switches, no neutral wire at the switches, or smart bulbs that keep getting switched off manually, then the Shelly range of switches just might be the solution that you're looking for. They're fast to respond, offer true local control, and enable you to keep your decorative switches in place without sacrificing reliability or your automations, making them one of the best smart lighting upgrades you can do without changing how your home looks. If you want to pick up the Shelly 1L Gen 3 or Shelly 2L Gen 3, then they're available now from just £22, which seems crazy for something that gives you this level of control. I'll leave an affiliate link in the description down below if you want to get one. And if you're in the US, then there's a special 20% site-wide discount code in the description as well. But don't hang around, as it's only available for this Super Bowl weekend. If you found this video helpful, then I'd appreciate a thumbs up, and why not subscribe to the channel for more smart home content like this. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.